Hey, good morning, traders. Good morning. My name's Raul Rivera, and this is this morning's edition of the Market Profile Analysis. Today is Monday, July 31st, 2017, end of the month. Let's get started with our trading for today. So today we're looking at four different markets, and I also want to announce that if you follow the link posted under the video, you guys can watch me trade live all day long. We're letting you guys have free access to my trade room and pretty much free access to all the education and all of my trades pretty much. I teach the market profile, and that's pretty much what I'm going to focus on for most of our time in the room, and just show you and convince you that this is like probably the greatest tool you'll ever use as a discretionary trader. I literally know where I want to get in, where I want to get out, and I have orders out, as you can see, just well ahead of time. I got a bunch of sell orders here in the S&P, and I got a bunch of buy orders in the crude oil market. So let's go over those right now. So the S&P 500, we do have economic news today. We have pending home sales, I believe is what it was. And every time we get home sale data, the market goes higher. Currently, we have a B followed by a P, so it's a bit contradictory, right? A B pattern is a selling pattern. A P pattern is a trending up pattern or a buying pattern. So we have selling followed by buying. At least I know that the buying is real. 50 to 2,000 lot traders higher with us overall. Imbalance is positive, so we definitely are moving higher, but I don't think we're going to continue to move higher. I think because we do, in this instance, have overhead resistance, we should get into this area and experience some kind of a pullback. Okay, this day, and this day making new all-time highs. We didn't have any upside resistance. Suddenly we sell off over 20 points from 70 down to 50s, and then rebound back. Now we're heading back to the 80s. Now we suddenly have upside resistance. So I'm betting on a reversal up here. I got a 4, 5, 6. I got a 6 lot trade ready to go in separate sections. Just guaranteeing me that I get a fill, but why am I looking at short there? So when taking a look at the market profile, it's important to understand that there's a lot of value in the distribution, right? When we think about market profiles, we have what we look for are P-shaped patterns, we look for B-shaped patterns, and we look for D-shaped patterns individually, right? If you combine any of these three combinations, you get what's called a multi-distribution profile. This profile right here is multi-distribution, right? What do I mean by that? Well, P, B, and D have one distribution, right? One loop equals a distribution, right? So they only have one distribution. But this profile specifically has 1, 2, right? So it's a multi-distribution profile. We got to be able to break it up into its proper singular distribution components so that we know where the true value area is. Because right now I'm seeing a TPO value area all the way up here around 76 down to 68. The value area is huge. But watch what happens when I split it. All right, so now we can see that we have two separate distributions. The first one being a D right here. Second one, move higher, consolidation being a P. So we have a D followed by a P. This is a trending up pattern. And notice that the value area is no longer from 76 all the way down to 68. Now we have broken up the value areas, and the value area for this distribution is between 77 and 76 and 74. And on this smaller distribution, the value area is very small, between 68 and probably 67. So now we localize the value, and there is support and resistance in value, right? So using that theory, we have a D-shaped distribution up here. We have a value area in there. It hasn't been tested overnight. This value area high, as you can see, was tested in the overnight session. So it was a good level of resistance, as you can see. At the beginning of this of the Globex session on Sunday, it found resistance there, sold off, and consolidated before coming back up and taking out that resistance level. But I'm not interested in trading overnight sessions. I'm interested in trading the mornings. So we have a value area here. We got another value area high here, and value area high over here. Relative closeness, relative proximity in that area. I want to place sell orders there because I know from just experience and trading successfully over the past 5 years, it's that these areas, they do find resistance, these value areas, especially when you break them up into their proper singulars. So here I got an order placed between 77 and 80, about a 3-point range. Sometimes you got to give the market a little bit of room. We are in a buy, in a market that just wants to buy. So you got to give it some wiggle room here. The market's got to move against you, in some fashion before it goes in your direction. So looking to buy 77 to 80, excuse me, looking to sell 77 to 80. If the market can trade higher, I certainly like 64 to 65. And if this should happen to fail and we do trade lower, I'd be looking to add between 61 and 62. Got value area lows there on singular distribution profiles. So there should be some support here, and there's definitely resistance up here. Okay, looking at crude. Crude oils, there's no upside resistance, right? When we take a look at the market's most recent memory, there's no trading anywhere up here to reference as support and resistance. So we're literally just making new highs after new highs. We did hit 50 a barrel, and we're actually looking to buy here rather than sell. Now normally I'd be looking to buy inside this distribution here, inside this value area, but that area was tested overnight, and as you can see, it held. But come the Monday morning session, it just starting to sell here a little bit. We're seeing the 20 lots and greater selling. We're seeing the overall market selling negative 1800 imbalance, which is good. We want the market to sell so that we can buy it at a cheaper price. Currently the market's sitting at 49.44. I'm looking to buy between 49.10 and 48.90. And that's going to be it here for my trading. I'm not going to be looking to sell. If I'm lucky enough to get filled on all of these orders, I'm going to be looking to sell around 69. That's this value area high here. Also happens to be the value area low of the current session, right? Mean reversion, buy and sell it coming back into value. And so I'll sell a portion here, and then the rest I'll try to get above 50. So wouldn't that be great if I could get 49 fill and sell it at 50? That's $1,000 per one lot. I have a 5 lot put away. That would be 5,000 if I don't sell a portion here and just sell it all at 50, if I could get a fill at 49. So there's definitely a really great potential here for trading. So definitely buying the lows is the way to go. I think 49.10 to 48.90, that's the way to do it. When we break up multiple distribution profiles, we have a D here followed by a P. This D's value area and this D's value area, line up. We got multiple hits, multiple reasons for this area being support. So looking to buy 49.10 to 48.90. That's the trade idea here in crude oil. Looking at gold, same thing, but I'm starting to buying a little early here. We have a gap up, and we had a contract rollover last week, I believe. And so you can see we closed Friday at this area, and we opened it all the way up here. So that's a pretty large gap up. So from 69 to 76, pretty large gap up. As you can see, it's been selling. Excuse me. It's been selling and it's been consolidating at the lows. So we have a selling pattern. We can see the 20 lots or greater. They have also been selling overnight. I think it's just profit taking from the gap up. Positive 800 imbalance. So the 20 lots and greater are selling, but the overall market is buying inside of value. So with this one, when we break up this multi-distribution profile, which it was, we have a D followed by a P. This P has a couple of value areas. So it's got a TPO value area high up here between 68 and 70. And it has a value area low on the volume profile between 62 and 64, which also lines up nicely with this singular distribution, which is a D value area high. Okay, so we got two hits here, two reasons to find support, but we only have one reason to find support here at 68 to 70. I have a 2 lot waiting to get filled here, just in case. 62 to 64 is 10 points away from the market. What's the likelihood chance that we're going to get a fill if we place orders down here? Very slim. So just to get started early and be in a position early, I'm going to go ahead and try 68, 50, and 70 if the market can sell into this area. That's also why I have it shaded in a pinkish type of tone. It's just to let me know to be cautious there, not play it large. I'm going to play it small with just a 2 contract trade. Again, this market, you just want to buy it. There's literally no upside resistance in the market's most recent memory. That there's just nothing to compare to. If I look back months and months ago, I'll probably find areas where, yes, there's definitely going to be some trading that occurred around the 1273 area, but the market, from experience, I know that it really doesn't care. It only cares about its most recent memory. Support and resistance levels from months ago may not be necessarily support and resistance today, right? The market is different. The market changes over time. And the catalyst that were driving support and resistance a long time ago may not be the same as today. Okay, looking at the 30-year, came close to getting a fill. Looks like I should get a fill on my first contract here. But looks like I'm on the bid, and they haven't filled me just yet. So looking at the 30-year, so the 30-year is beautiful because it has the best type of trading pattern, which is a sideways pattern, right? It's easy to trade the trend because you just want to play the one directional game. It's not easy, or I'm sorry, it's not that it's not easy, but it's more favorable towards trading if you have a sideways pattern, right? It's more favorable because you could actually play both sides of the market. You could sell at the highs and buy at the lows, and it will remain inside the channel. That's what a lot of sideways traders do, is, you know, they spot a channel like we have here, and the idea is to buy at the low and sell at the high. Selling from the highs, you cover at the lows. Buying at the lows, you sell at the highs. And it's a great strategy. It works every time. As long as it doesn't break out in either direction, right? That's where the risk lies in channel trading. As long as it doesn't break out. But here we have a sideways pattern. I like it a lot. Creates a lot of value in certain areas, especially when you split multiple distributions. I mean, I could see on this day we had 3 separate distributions. On this day we had 3 separate distributions, and that's what we're going to go ahead and use. This day had 2 separate distributions, D followed by a B. So we're going to use the value areas, which there are plenty in abundance. Here we have a value area high, value area high. We had a value area high and a value area low. So 4 hits. I got a 1 contract here at 52.24. So you saw earlier, they touched it, but they didn't get a fill, which means I was still on the bid. And of course, if I'm looking to buy, I'm not going to get filled at the bid. I'm going to get filled on the ask. So the prices had to move just 1 tick further to the downside. So first buy here between 21 to 26. I have my 1 contract at 24. If this should happen to fail and we do sell off further, I'm going to be looking to buy 09 to 14. Okay. If I get filled on either one of these orders, I'll be looking to take it all the way up to the highs, to this area where I would actually be looking to sell 27 to 31. 27 to 31. Not filled on this order. Unfortunately, I would have liked to get a fill. So far, all I have are pending orders. Just waiting to get filled on one of them. That's just part of the game, right? I know exactly where I want to be. I know how I want to trade. What side of the market to be on. Which is 50% of the work. The other 50%, you know, comes down to the market. Are you going to fill me, or am I just going to sit staring at my screens all day? Alrighty, guys. So we do have pending home sales at 10 a.m. So be on the lookout for that. Usually the S&P will catch a little bit of a bid, or at least it should trade higher, and I think that's going to create the opportunity to sell. Sell here around the 77 to 80 area. I really want to sell that area. It's definitely resistance there, and since it's been untested resistance, we should definitely get a reaction, which should be a pullback lower. As for a target on that, I'd be looking around the 72 area to 70 if I could get filled between 80 to 77. That's VWAP and TWAP. Alrighty. Alright, guys, so that's all the time I have for today. Again, just follow the link, and you guys will be able to see me trade all day long. You know, you'll see if I get filled on these orders and how I manage them. I'm also going to teach how to read the market profile, and pretty much everything that the market profile means we'll be going over as well, and how it came to be, and how to trade you know, pretty much everything, my game plan on how to tackle the futures markets. Alrighty guys, good luck with your trading today. Hope to see you in the room, and we'll be back at it again here for another live video later this afternoon. Thanks guys.